Welcome everybody to the Two Liars podcast, Lyres. It's a play on words because lyre is like an instrument, and this is a music podcast.
It's a music joke.
It's a music joke for all those musicians out there. I am Ryan Body. We're here in the beautiful Buchanan Hall at Eastern New Mexico University in Portales, New Mexico, 88130. And just a little background on me. I'm a percussion performance major, and I'm not qualified at all to speak about music in a professional way, but I spend a lot of time listening to music, and I'm very passionate about it. And I hope this podcast is cool, and I hope you enjoy it. I'm here with my co-host, Ignacio.
Yeah, so my name is Nacho, or Ignacio, and I am a trumpet player, and I guess I would call myself a multi-instrumentalist at this point, but also a music education major here. I am also not qualified to speak on music in any really professional manner, but like you know, I listen a lot, and I enjoy it a lot. So, yeah. And thank you to Ryan for putting this thing together. I think this is a great idea, so we're going to see how this goes.
Yeah, this will be fun, and most of the people watching these early episodes are probably people we know, and so we hope you enjoy it. We hope you can give us we can give you some insight onto the way we think about music. And if you don't know us, I really hope you enjoy it. I hope it gives you an insight onto like something like people, minds that you might not have, you don't know. And I think that's kind of like a cool thing. So most of these episodes will be based around us picking like a topic and then picking songs in that topic to talk about. So this first episode, because this was like a kind of a topic that I thought about a long time ago, it was like the first, it was like the pilot thought, idea, if you will, is like songs that we listened to when like we were broken up with, or we broke up with someone, and like basically a song that like we used in that time, maybe to get over it, or maybe it brought us solace, or maybe we just listen to it when we feel sad, things like that. It doesn't have to be necessarily any one of those things, but just breakup related, around, maybe we tie it with a breakup, something like that. So that's our first topic today, and I'll let Nacho take the, do you want a paper, rock, scissors it?
Oh, yeah, let's do that. Let's do a paper, rock, scissors.
What do you like, Rochambeau, or do you do it on shoot, or?
Let's do shoot. Right, scissors, shoot. Oh, okay, let's do that again.
Loser.
You distracted me, man.
I'm sure I did, man.
1, 2, Jesus Christ.
Okay, well, I did rock, dude.
We can't even, okay, what did
Yeah, whatever. You got fucking paper. Just go for it, dude.
My first? Okay. So, again, these aren't necessarily like breakup songs, but these are songs that maybe we associated, like Ryan said, with, a breakup. I think I've showed Ryan this song once before, but it's been a while. So this one is called "The Unnamed Feeling" by Metallica. Now, this was on their 2003 album, Saint Anger. If you don't know about Saint Anger, it was about the time it was made during the time that Metallica was kind of falling apart, and a lot of the emotions and just like tension is heard in this album. And there's a really popular meme, it goes around the internet about its snare drum, and its production is awful. Like, don't get me wrong, I love parts of the album, but it doesn't sound
Try to keep
great.
the mic closer to your mouth.
Sorry about that.
Like almost touching.
Is this better?
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
Because we're in a big space.
What was I saying? Production bad. Songs, I like some of them. They're too long, but this one in particular, I think, is probably the best one on the album. I think we should take a listen, and then I want to hear your thoughts on it, and then I'll explain kind of why I chose it.
Cool. Let's do it.
Cool.
Go for it.
Let's do it.
Do you know how to work Spotify, or do you need help with that too?
I'll figure it out.
Idiot. This is awesome, dude. You write this? This is badass, dude. I didn't know they wrote this. Okay, hold on. Oh. party foul, everybody. Technical foul. What'd you fucking do, dude? I figured it out.
Okay.
No, we'll just edit. We're back. There was a technical issue, but we're back.
My fault.
Was it your fault?
No.
Is this supposed to be left ear?
Yes.
Okay.
It is.
Cool.
Pan.
Okay, we're starting now, for real.
The Unnamed Feeling by Metallica. You hear those washy cymbals? They never stop.
Very raw. Very raw.
Yeah.
Like demo-y.
This is like my favorite part, probably. bass.
That shit is nasty.
Get the fuck out of here. I just wanna get the fuck away from me. A rage, a glaze, I hurt, I hate it all. Why me? I cannot sleep with a head like this. I wanna cry, I wanna scream. A rage, I glaze, I hurt, I hate. I wanna hate it all away.
Yeah, they just keep going, man.
God damn, that is cool.
Yeah.
That is
That was
badass.
cool. I love that transition, man.
Dude, that was badass.
What's that?
You've definitely showed me that before, but not in the. I've never listened to it in its entirety.
Headphones, dude, it's a whole different story.
Yeah, dude.
Like, it still isn't great production, but there's something about it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I. First off, I guess. So, do you want my what you said you wanted to do it?
Your thoughts.
Cool. So musically, from a musical perspective, I love like the raw sound so much. And I know that's not for everyone, but some of my favorite My Chemical Romance music is their demos, and how fucking raw it is. And same thing with Dance Gavin Dance, their first EP, Whatever I Say Is Royal Ocean, I think is what it's called, is all very very raw. Like, and then the vocals are like just sound like that, where it's like almost untouched.
Yeah.
And I like, there's just something about it that's like so like beautifully like genuine to me.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like this.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
pretty
It's
much.
like basically untouched, and
Right.
there it is like ugly compared to like the production that we use on so much pop music nowadays. But there's like there's unless it's like just like bad like a lot of the times like the intention is for that rawness. And I think that, like, I don't know if that's specifically the case with this song, but I think the raw, and I know this album kind of has that raw.
All of it, yeah.
Yeah, all of it's kind of like that in that raw state, and I think it kind of aids to it, you know. We've like you said earlier, I know we've talked about it a little bit, so I have like a little bit of like theory, like I have a little bit of idea of what's going on. Metallica wise, like IRL, and what was happening at this time for them. But I know like the emotion is like very raw, and like even though like the drums are kind of goofy sometimes, it's not bad, and it obviously has a place. The guitars and bass are fucking nasty, like very good.
Absolutely.
Just makes very well, very like the rhythm, that chunky is just like panned left like most of the song, and then the other guitar, that like the lead-ish guitar, is like panned like right, and it's just like holy shit, like very cool experience to listen to.
All the freaky little voices you hear.
Yeah, and that one part that's almost ad-libbed vocally.
Oh my god, dude.
Where it's like,
I'll get into
and he's
that
just
one,
like,
yeah.
I was just like, damn, that shit, vocally, production-wise is raw, but like emotionally, that shit was raw, and it is his like inflections and shit. It feels very like we've all been there, where it's just like, like almost like like anger that can't be restrained, and that shit goes hard. Yeah, it reminded me of old My Chemical Romance. It reminded me of like early Dance Gavin Dance when it was like demos. It also reminded me of a band towards the end. Some of the melody, like maybe some, I don't know, something about it reminded me a little bit of AFI. I don't know if you've ever heard of them. A Fire Inside. They're an old punk pop group, but
Interesting.
very cool.
Yeah.
What do you have to?
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree. I mean, we talk about the drums. I'm going to start with that. The drums throughout this entire album get tiring because, like we talked about, those cymbals are super washy and just like shh.
Very funny.
Honestly, though, like unless you pay attention to it, in this song specifically, it's not that a big of a deal to me. I don't know if that's just like a me thing because I've listened to it.
For me, it only came out in the moments where the vocals kind of dropped, like
Right.
that part where the bass kind of, like the other parts kind of just like come down a bit.
Yeah.
And then it like kind of gave me a second to listen, and then I was like, oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
But other than, I mean, yeah, it's not horrible.
Right. And then that snare drum, right? The trash can. There's versions that people have done of this whole album without that snare drum on YouTube, and they're great. They're great covers. But I can't listen to those songs, especially this one, without that like trash can sounding snare drum, because you talked about like the rawness. It elevates the song. There's something organic feeling about these riffs, if that makes sense. There's like something gross, like undulating. It's like the way.
Holy shit,
the way
dude!
I
What a
feel it.
word.
Yeah, I know. No, but I mean that's what I feel, right? Like especially like at the beginning here. Like it's just gross.
It is gross, yeah.
And then here, it's just different, and it's interesting because this was 2003. That was the new metal, kind of stuff coming out, and you hear influences. I mean, this is maybe drop B, drop C. So Metallica never did that except for like 2 songs before that. So yeah, the rawness elevates it. The bass tone is weird. It's just like I don't know.
Yeah, I know when that one part came up, that
Let's listen to that real quick.
yeah, because that shit was fucking gross, dude.
Was it here?
It was like a drop. Maybe it was before this. Yeah, go right there.
We're professionals, guys. Hold on.
This is what we do for a living.
It's just weird.
God,
it's
fucking
like bubbly.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like-
that's a good
it's
word
like,
for it.
I
But
don't
not
know,
like a nice bubbly,
Yeah.
like a gross, like
growl. It's just
like I imagine like the fucking the what is it called? Have you ever seen the Labyrinth movie?
I've seen parts.
The Bog of Eternal Stench.
Okay.
There's a place called the Bog of Eternal Stench towards the end, and it's fucking gross. And like they like basically have to step on like rocks, and if they touch the stench, they'll stink forever.
That's awesome.
But when I think of that sound, because at first I thought tar, but no, like dude, in that scene there's like bubbles that like bubble up from the fucking from the stench, and it's kind of like that where it's like really heavy and gross and like mucky, and it's just like
that's a good word, mucky. It's like trudging.
Yeah.
And I think that fits so well for like the subject matter, because the song is called The Unnamed Feeling, and if you kind of pay attention to the lyrics, it's talking about a lot of different things, not necessarily one feeling, right? Because there's so many of these emotions and these feelings that can like almost be, I don't want to say interchangeable, but you get like similar I don't know how else to say, like symptoms maybe, not symptoms, but you get the same
Like
feelings,
yeah.
reactions. And so it just talks about these things because you can label these things, anxiety or depression, but there's so much more complexity to it, and
Agree.
that's why I think I came to this song after my last relationship. I loved the song before, but it was weird because it was like, and quite a bit of what happened. I'm not going to get into a whole lot of it, but it was a rough time, and it was due to my actions, and it was due to the actions of my ex-partner as well. We were just not good to each other, and we made each other feel like shit, and it just wasn't good in any sense. And I gave myself or these lyrics meaning, for myself. Been here before, over and over again, like, God, how many times did I feel that way?
Yeah.
And whether it was my fault or it doesn't matter. It just that feeling is so familiar. This can't you help me be crazy? I felt like I was just like going insane, literally. There's just a lot of this, and then this part is my favorite. I'll just play it. There's something about the delivery of those lines that gives me a knot in my throat, because it's just like, it's just a feeling, man. Frantic in your soothing arms, cannot sleep in this down-filled world. It's like there were times where, things would happen, and you go to the person that you think can comfort you, but when that person isn't necessarily in the right state of mind, and there's issues going on, you can't find that solace. And so while maybe at once that was there,
Yeah.
it's not, and it makes it feel so much, constrict. It just, I don't know how else
Yeah, I
to
mean,
say it.
I've never even been, and I mean, into smaller extents, yeah. But I mean, you've had, your story's crazy.
Yeah.
So, but like being in a scenario where the person who's supposed to like be there for you is almost like the enemy,
Yeah, and it was weird because I didn't feel that way, but then there was a feeling of like, I shouldn't be here, but I don't know where else to go.
That's the interesting thing about
Yeah.
relationships like that,
Yeah.
where it's like, that's why people get trapped in them forever,
Absolutely. Right. Yeah, man. And then found safety in this loneliness, but I cannot stand it anymore. I would get in trouble for hanging out with people. And so I isolated myself, and that. Didn't speak to you guys for months, and was like, well, this way I don't cause any issues.
That
And
shit's crazy.
yeah, and no, seriously, it felt like I was safe doing that, and I don't know. I just love the delivery of those lines, and then this last bit, that we talked about, where it's almost ad-libbed.
Get the fuck out of here. I just wanna get the fuck away from me. A rage, a glaze, I hurt, I hate it all. Why me? I cannot sleep with a head like this. I wanna cry, I wanna scream.
Yeah, I mean, you can't. There's nothing else to say about that. It's
Yeah,
just
I mean it's so emotional.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you can compare it to the top fucking 100 of music nowadays, and there's like nothing that has
yeah,
that.
there's no depth.
That shit's it's so, it's like I said, it's so raw production wise, but that part is so raw emotionally.
Yeah, and it's like I don't know, man. And like I talked about, it's like this past relationship I don't blame myself. I don't blame my ex.
Try to talk.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Is this better?
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I don't blame myself or my ex partner. You know, in a great deal. I know we both did things terribly wrong. And you know, really fucked things up. You know. But yeah, I mean, I had moments exactly like that. I want to get the fuck away from me. You know, and it's like, how are you supposed to do that? You're stuck in your own brain. You know.
Yeah, and we've talked about that. You like the self-reflection of like, I also fucked up badly.
Yeah.
And that's a tough fucking feeling, I imagine, you know. I've never been there close enough, like nearly close to your extent, you know.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that's a heavy ass start to this podcast.
So I hope you guys liked that.
Yeah, so I think that's about all I have to say. I hope you guys listen to the song by yourselves. Let me know what you think. I love this album because of certain things. Take a listen yourself and make your own opinions. We're not professionals. But yeah, Ryan, you want to move on to your song after we cut this for a sec?
Keep talking for a second. I'm gonna restart the video.
Sure.
Just keep talking. So the video's gonna cut out for a second, everybody.
All right. So, what can I talk about? Let's see. Okay, yeah, I had a few choices when it came to this topic, but this one, like I said, I had a relationship with this song beforehand, and then I was like, re-listening, I was like, okay, that's crazy. I like understand this song on a different level now, you know? So I chose this one, and I hope you guys found some enjoyment out of that.
Cool. Yeah, no, I mean, sick as hell. I had no idea what song you were gonna pick. I'm glad you picked that. My song is not as intense. A little bit of preemptive. My song actually has very little to do with my relationship. It was a high school relationship. It was my first serious relationship. We dated for like 9 months, which is not a lot. Now, I mean, I'm married.
Yeah, right.
And I've been dating Sarah, or I've been with Sarah for like 3 years plus, you know. So comparatively, 9 months was nothing, but it was my first serious relationship.
Yeah, I mean, and it matters because that shapes you, right?
No, I totally agree. It was like it was very big for me, and it's, you know, everyone's like first serious relationship is the one where like when it's over, it's just like, well, I'm gonna kill myself now.
Yeah, it's the worst.
I might have to bleep over kill myself.
Maybe. You can do it.
But no, I mean, like, really, like, that was, like, the first time I was like, dude, this, like, I am broken. Like, this shit sucks. Which everyone goes through, and it fucking sucks. Now, the what I liked about this is that this is actually more of a testament to my stepdad. My stepdad has been in my life since I was, like, 9 years old, 8 years old, maybe. So I've, you know, he's been, like, my dad for a lot of my life, and my dad died a little bit after he came to my life, and he definitely like has done a great job at like raising me and made me a lot better and gave me like a good place to live and has always treated my mom well. But we haven't always gotten along, which I think is like natural with step parents. I was just like a punk ass high schooler who never kept my room clean and didn't do shit that he asked, and you know, did the shit I wanted to do, like play video games, and that caused a lot of like turmoil in our relationship, which some people have it a lot worse, you know. So, you know, I've never been like kicked out or anything, but it has always been great, and there have been times where like I'm like, well, this guy doesn't even fucking care about me, which is super like ignorant, but there's times where I felt like that. He's not super good emotionally, and if you're watching this, Glenn, sorry, but
We got to be honest about our parents.
Yeah, my mom will definitely watch us, whether she shows him or not. I don't know. But he hasn't always, you know, he's gotten a lot better because he's gone to counseling. But I just think in like the situations he was raised in, it wasn't like really okay to be emotional, which I think is something that like a lot of our parents, like our age's parents, have gone through, especially like our fathers.
Absolutely.
Where it's like speaking about your emotions is super taboo, and that's tough because then your kids are like, oh well, like you don't love me, you know, because it's just like. But my stepdad's always showed like his love in like really interesting ways. Like when I was in 5th grade, I made like a little like car, like a one of those trees that you make, but it was like a little person of me that you put in the car, like the mirror. And he kept that in his car for like 8 years, and then when it was like about to fall apart, he took it off and like saved it, and he still has it, you know. So like things like that where it's like he, you know, it's like an interesting way to show his love.
Yeah.
Now another way he shows his love with me is he shares music with me, which is cool because like I'm a musician, and he's always like, a lot of my music taste comes from him. It comes from a whole like smorgasbord of my family. But whenever like things are happening in his life, or if my mom will tell him I'm down, he'll be like, hey, you know, maybe listen to, you know, and he'll just send me music, and it's his way of like showing love to me. It's one of the ways he shows love to me, but it's something I really appreciate. And this was I think this was probably the first time that ever happened. And I broke up with my girlfriend. Sorry, my girlfriend broke up with me because she was a senior in high school and I was a sophomore. And she was like, I'm going to college. And I was like, I want to marry you, though. She's like, okay, well.
I'm going to college.
Yeah, she's like, well, that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know, like, you're like a kid, basically. So, you know, in my head, I was like, this is everything. You know, to her, it wasn't everything. She got married and then she got divorced. So.
Oh.
Ooh, who wins in the end? That's all I'm saying. That's fucked up. But I remember like one morning I was at the school before. I wasn't in band at the time, but I was like there an hour before anyway because I'm a psychopath. And I was just like fucked up. And I get like a text from my stepdad. His name's Glenn, and he was just like, he's like, this is a song like I've listened to and I was heartbroken. And it was a Rush song. He's the world's biggest Rush fan probably. And I never like, I never really like listen to Rush. I was kind of like a normie music wise back then. But I gave the song a listen, and it's the song I've always gone to whenever I've had like love issues or whenever I'm just like sad, because it reminds me of like a time when like things are better. One thing for the viewers, Nacho did Nacho's portion of the video and the podcast and the podcast. He did like a full listen through, and then we talked about it. I'm gonna chunk it up, and I want, hopefully, if you know us in real life, you can tell us which one you like better. It's not gonna hurt our feelings. We just want to know for the sake of like knowing what works better and what keeps your attention better, and because I see pros to both sides, and I want to know. So mine's gonna be more broken up. But this is The Garden by Rush. This is off of their last album. I'm going to play a live version because I just really like this version. But this is The Garden by Rush. Let's just start listening to it. Yeah, this is off their 19th album.
Jesus.
And it's not technically their last album. It's their last like original album where they like wrote music for the album. But they also released albums after like R40, which was their 40th anniversary. But that was mainly like a tour album.
Okay.
But this is Clockwork Angels is their last studio album, 19th album, which is crazy.
That's crazy.
19 albums. So yeah, let's listen. Quick note: this has like strings, which is sick.
Yeah,
the studio also had strings.
I saw that it said that.
Yeah, which is super badass. It's very orchestral. This song's epic as hell. We have that bass is super nice, all high up there.
That's a crazy blend.
Yeah.
With the strings.
One thing is nice, if people know Rush, if not, Geddy Lee, their singer, he also plays bass. A lot of their older music has him singing these fucking high ass parts. Because this is on their like later album, it's in his like older range, which is super nice because it fits. It's just super nice. It's still high, but it just fits a lot better. Like if you listen to him sing his older ones, you can tell there's like strain.
Yeah.
He changes some of it, but this one's in a really nice range.
Right, because it was written in that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the words, of course, are written by Neil Peart, their drummer. Super fucking smart dude. Like, so just like listen to the lyrics.
All for the best, or some bizarre test.
Alex Lifeson on the guitar. They switch from strings to guitar for the chords.
Time is still the infinite jest. The arrow
Flies, not files.
the hours tick away, from the cells take away. And the watchmaker keeps to his schemes. The hours tick away, they tick away, yeah. The measure of a life is a measure of love and respect. So hard to run, so easily burned. The measure of a life is a measure of love and respect. So hard to run, so easily burned. In the fullness of time,
Love
our
that.
God eternal shall and protect. In the rise of
And now drums. 'Cause
Nice.
before it was just guitar.
Yeah.
till the stars go spinning, spinning round the night.
And that bass tone is just, it just growls. It's super nice.
And forever, each moment to memory flight. The arrow flies while you breathe. The hours tick away.
It's growly, but it's soft.
I don't know how,
Right,
you know, and live. I mean,
The hours tick away, they tick away, yeah. The measure of a life,
I like
measure of
effect on the guitar.
respect. So hard to run, so easily burned. In the fullness of time, our God incarnate shall
some of these words are wrong, but whatever. Just there we go. Treasure.
is a measure of love and respect. The way you live, the gifts out you give. In the fullness of time, the only return I
And it just switched to eighths.
What was that?
Quarters. Like dun 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 dun. Dun dun dun.
Oh.
Just the quarters.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You're, you can be a little bit more direct.
I will learn.
It's okay. I think these ones are better direct. Try to be direct with
Okay,
these.
cool.
I lied a bit earlier. Oh, and yeah, this part's.
Now, who's on keys?
I don't know who plays it live. Alex Lifeson, their guitar player, wrote it, but they had a friend of Getty play it. He's played studio stuff on a few of Canadian artists.
moment between. Forever dwells in that moment. Hope is what remains to be seen. Forever dwells in that moment. Hope is what remains to be seen.
Those octaves on the bass, yeah.
They're just so. I mean, they're gross, man. I mean, they're just like fat. It's like you're dropping a weight on like a big old thing of bubble gum. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah. Who's backing vocals? Who is that?
There's probably hired people.
Gotcha.
In the studio track, it's Getty, and it's pretty nice. It's like very small, and it could be actually. It could have just be Getty, but like like tracked.
It's just expansive now. Cinematic.
And then this.
I love that. It's crazy that the strings are so high.
Like in an ugly range almost,
Yeah.
but it fits. And like
I
the
love
whole
that. Always there. Badass, dude.
Yeah.
I've never heard that before.
super cool song. And super cool band, obviously. What's beautiful about this song, Neil Peart, if you didn't know, had a fucked up life. He's been, he played with Rush for like 40 plus years. His daughter died of, what is it? Okay, I don't want to fuck up the order. Let's see. Neil Peart daughter. Okay, so Neil Peart's wife died in a car crash.
Okay, I think I knew that.
And then a little bit later, his daughter died. No, sorry. His wife died of cancer. And then a little bit later, his daughter died in a car crash.
That's
Or
crazy.
or the timeline might be vice versa.
Uh-huh.
Basically, he lost his wife and his daughter both like tragically in like a pretty short time span within each other. And very intellectual man, very like not a super like he was never like super like showy with like his personality. He's always been like pretty reserved as a musician. Very cool guy. Wrote a few books like Ghost Rider. Because he used to like just ride a motorcycle behind the tour bus when they went around.
I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah, like and just very tragic life. But very well read, very intellectual man. If you see like videos of him speaking, he's obviously super fucking smart. They all are. But he, like just the way he holds himself, like very stoic, very very smart. Writes all their lyrics, pretty much.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's the writer for their lyrics. Now what's beautiful, what's kind of like bittersweet about this is this song's like, it's like, it talks about life obviously and like the measure of a life. But the hours tick away, the cells tick away.
Yeah.
That's
a great line.
That's a great line, and it almost hits hard because he died of brain cancer.
Right.
And I don't think he was struggling. I don't think he was like actively dealing with the brain cancer when this was written, but it was very close to it. And it might have been. A lot of fans like see this as like a symbolic goodbye.
Right.
From Neil Peart. And I think it works like that.
Absolutely.
It's one of one of the best written songs. And one of the best like recorded songs of theirs. The measure of a life is a measure of love and respect, so hard to earn, so easily burned.
Yeah, that one I like that one a lot.
And a garden to nurture and protect. And the idea that it's very fragile.
Yeah.
Because it is. Let's see. But this is all to say. This guitar solo is funny. So I read somewhere over here that the Alex Lifeson guitar solo you hear on the record is the original one he recorded for the demo. That's a demo guitar solo. When you're hearing it's Alex by himself. He's at Getty's house. It's late at night. I think Getty was sleeping on the couch, and he's just playing a guitar solo. When you get something that great, it's not dim anymore. So, the solo that he wrote, which it's a killer solo.
Yeah.
In that, in that nice like break. Alex Lifeson, so just he can play like a madman, but my favorite Alex Lifeson solos are like he like sings through the guitar. It's fucking gorgeous, and this is one of those solos, and the fact that it was for the demo, and then that was just the solo because it was that good, is badass. Here's the other thing I read. Musician and businessman Jason Snyderman played his piano on this song, in addition to being a guest musician on albums by a number of other Canadian artists. So, which is cool. Let's see, what's this other one I found? I found another one. Oh yeah. Okay. Back in 2012, that cinematic track closed only one story, the dystopian narrative that flows through the LP. Listening now, 1 year after Neil Peart's death from brain cancer, the words inevitably carry more weight and almost
Don't ask me, man.
prescient.
Look it up. We'll play it over to Google.
God damn it.
We're not English majors, guys.
It sucks. I don't want to look stupid in front of everyone.
It's gonna be
Prescient.
You were right,
I said, dude.
That's awesome. Having or showing knowledge.
Shit. Oh yeah, sorry.
Knowledge of events before they take place. Oh yeah.
Oh
That's
yeah.
what you were just saying.
Yeah. So it's pretty intense. But that's all to say. My stepdad is reminds me of Neil Peart in a way, because he's a very intelligent person. The way he speaks, and like the things he thinks are so like so thoughtful and like so intelligent. He's not like when he texts, it's sometimes like broken English, because he just that's just not what he's like fluent. He's not fluent at texting people like I might be. And he doesn't have like a college degree, but when he talks, I'm like blown away. I'm like, what? Like your brain is like so fucking like interesting and cool. Yeah. And the way he thinks about music, and the way he thinks, he's the kind of like guy who like every day when I came home, he was like, he doesn't watch a lot of TV, but when he was watching Modern Marvels on the History Channel.
I gotcha, yeah.
So he's he's just a very smart guy. And like I said, like not super emotionally available all the time. So when he sent me this, I listened to it that morning, and I was just like,
what the hell?
It's going to be all right, Yeah. And he's done that a few times, and but yeah, so like my breakup song is actually just like a reminder that like my stepdad loves me in that kind of way, and that's very cool, because it did make that breakup easier, and he's always had my back. He's like the best like person I could have ever asked for to be like my dad, basically. Right. And so I lucked out there. But yeah, that's my cool thing.
Yeah,
so
I really like that. I mean, mine was heavy, but yours was like I really like your I don't know. I mean, that's touching because we do have those relationships with people. My dad being one of them, where it's like there's just some things that remind you that like, yeah, I do love you. I do have these feelings, these emotions, even though I suck at showing them.
Yeah, it's because these people are just like, it's just like it's okay to feel, but like they're so.
You went through some crap.
Yeah, they lived through my whole life. And my stepdad's been through some shit. Like he's a felon, right? Trying to get it figured out so he can drop it, but like, he struggled with drugs a lot of his life. As my mom did as well, and he came through on top, and he's fought the way people treat him because of that, and he's come out better for it. Also, a lot of my humor comes from my stepdad. Mm-hmm. The way I act is because of him, for better or worse. The reason I'm a social butterfly, or the reason that I embarrass all my friends when we're in public because I'm loud as hell and I say some stupid shit, is because of my stepdad. He's the same exact way. And that, so like I have, I'm like a miniature him basically, which is funny.
That's admirable. I like that.
Cool. In our last, like 6 minutes that we have the audience, let's play like a minute and a half each of our song of the week.
Okay.
So we're gonna do like a song of the week, just something we've been listening to and we might want to share. Before we do that, thank you so much for listening. If you know us in person, because we'll be telling people about this, unless you don't want to.
No, I'm
Pussy, pussy, pussy,
totally.
pussy.
I'm down.
Cool. We'll be telling people about this. I really hope you guys enjoyed, and let us know what works better, the like stop and talk or like the play through and then talk. I think both are great. And if you guys like the fact that we did it differently, or you guys don't mind, then let us know that. Because if you don't care, then we'll just keep doing whatever works best for us. We hope to have guests on soon. I got to figure out the situation. I only have a 2-input sound interface, but we'll figure it out.
Ryan will figure it out.
And we hope you enjoyed. Let's get into our songs of the week. I'll just play.
I'll let you go first.
Mine is one that I picked kind of last minute. I've been listening to more Toe recently. Toe's a Japanese math rock band. They're like older math rock. They're more like minimalist math rock, which is kind of cool. This song's called "The World According To." You should definitely listen to Toe. You should listen to this album. Very cool. I've been listening to them for like 8 years now, but just listen to a little bit of this.
It's a long phrase.
True. I want to skip ahead to this one part that has like, there it is.
That's awesome.
Cool. So go ahead and listen to "The World According To." Nacho, you want to give your song
Yeah,
of the
I got
week?
you. Honestly, it might end before the timer.
Because you started.
Started a little late, like a minute.
Fucking hate you.
I'm sorry. All right, so this is Daniel Lanois, who I knew about because of Red Dead Redemption, and then I saw him on a Rick Beato video because he had an album. And so this is some snippets of this song called "Way Down" by Daniel Lanois, Lanois.
I'm looking for a city on the other side, and when I get there, way down, the city on the other side, way down, the city on the other side. Like a willow.
That shit is very nice.
Y'all gotta
I will
listen
be
to
listening to that.
You guys gotta
I've
listen
never
to it.
heard of him. Cool.
Beautiful.
Well, that was fun.
It was very fun.
Let's do it again sometime.
I'm glad you had this idea.
Yeah, so Two Liars. We hope you enjoyed the first episode. And we'll see you guys all next week in a different location in the music building. So goodbye everybody.
Bye-bye. Thanks for watching
Bye bye.
or listening.